Welcome everybody to Dallas Programmable Robotics Group Robot Builders Night Virtual for November 11th, 2025. Tonight we will do our normal roundtable with presenters, and after that we'll open up to open mic and see if anyone's got any questions or comments and try to stump the club. So coming up shortly, Robo Columbus. It's about a week and a half away in the Dallas area. Robots will be competing to try to find a traffic cone located find several traffic cones in a triangular pattern located about 300 feet apart. The first one is a straight straight shot to the cone, and the second and third may be hidden behind some obstacles, houses, vehicles, whatever the case may be. And the robot has to essentially find this autonomously. Looking forward to seeing it. It's going to be recorded and live on the day of competition. And we get packaged and put out as well onto our YouTube server or YouTube list, and you can watch it there when it's recorded. So far, we've got one presenter, and that's Mark. Mark's just new to the call. I'll let Mark introduce himself.
Hey, everybody. I'm Mark de la Chapelle. I live in Dallas, North Dallas. I'm currently working commercial construction. I have a background in the aerospace industry, and I'm currently working on a robot that I've named IRA for Interactive Robotic Assistant. It's a shop cart with a 24 direct current battery and a 2-tread system. I'm trying to host an LLM on a server and using Whisper CPP and some Python, a microphone and a speaker and a Raspberry Pi. I'm trying to get a talk with it. So I want to have conversations with it and get it to remember certain things and have it be a little assistant. Eventually, I want to program in object detection and some kind of Bluetooth pairing so it can follow me.
Well, thanks, Mark.
Sure.
Welcome.
Thanks.
We do these meetings basically every week. A couple times we may miss a meeting around Christmas time or so, but usually we're pretty steady at the Tuesday nights at 7:30 Dallas time, I believe.
Yep.
Okay. And I do not have another presenter after that. So does anyone have anything they would like to be presenting?
Okay, Ray, go ahead. Small update.
Okay, you can go after Ray, Matthew.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I've been experimenting with one of the time-of-flight sensors. There were like 3 or 4 of these things. I think it's a VL. I think it's a VL53L 8CX. And it's supposed to be better outdoors, although some of the testing I just did today, it doesn't do very good in bright sunlight. It's supposed to tolerate sunlight better than the 7CX or the 5CX, but it gets in direct sunlight, it just gets washed out. So I actually set it up on
was Mark done?
Platform.
He was,
yeah. Get my phone so you can see what I'm talking about.
I thought he was done. Hey, Paul.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I said all I want to say.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Ray. Sorry.
That's right. I'm going to get my phone going here. Oops.
I wonder, not wanting to jump the queue and not knowing how far you've got into the call, I wonder if I might jump on to take any questions that there might be on the Sensorio sale. It's 3 o'clock or heading towards 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday. So it's down here in New Zealand. So it's a bit in the in the middle of the afternoon, and we're at a winery doing a wine tasting, but we're about to do another wine tasting, and need to get on my way before too long.
Before you get too drunk. Yeah.
Ray, are you okay if Paul does a spiel about the
Yeah,
sale?
sure. I'll get off the phone one here. There we go.
Okay,
Thank
Paul,
you.
jump in.
Yeah, thank you very much. So hopefully you all saw the message I put on the Discord and sent out to email about Sensorio. And let's see, is Carl on the call?
Carl is not on the
Ott?
call.
Okay, so as I understand it, somehow one of the principals at Sensorio Robotics, which is in the autonomous lawnmower business here in the DFW Metroplex, somewhere out in the Irving area, I believe, had been on a path where they were developing automated autonomous mowers that were smarter than your mowers that bounce off of wires, off of a wire laid in the ground. And so they built some number of these. I don't know how many, and but they've got about 70 of those, or almost 78 of those RoboMow 612P mowers that bounce off of wires. So these are the new in box units that have not been modified. They're not selling their modified version, but it turns out that their market has shifted, and they're pivoting to a design that is based on a self-propelled lawnmower with a handle. So they've got all of these mowers that are of the small, like low profile, run around and bounce off wires like a Roomba bounces off of walls style of mower. So whole bunch of them available for, and they're calling them robotic mower development platforms, and asking for $100 each. Came out in 2016. New, they were like $1,800. They're rated at about the half-acre kind of property size, and the reason they're discounting them so heavily is their design has now changed, so that they don't need them anymore, and they need to be somewhere else, and there'd be a good platform for hobbyists like us, and so I'm pretty excited about it, because it's going to I'm going to get a couple to replace my my Mobot chassis that goes back to the 2002 era. So it'd be a lot more modern. And so that's, like, for me, one of the big things that's being offered this Saturday at the sale they're holding from 8 a.m. till noon out in Irving. But there's a lot more stuff. They got a lot of spares for those things, like blades and batteries and motors and all kinds of stuff that's more broadly useful for robotics. So they're offering it to the robotics community, and so I've passed the word around the DPRG, and Mark has passed it on to the Dallas Makerspace folks. I've passed it on to the UTD and UTA robotics clubs. So, hoping to provide hobbyists like ourselves with inexpensive parts and complete systems, complete robotic mower systems. My neighbor has a Robo Mow that that goes back to like I think about that era, and he's found that he can't get parts for them. Hey, can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay. He's found that he can't get parts for them. So my advice is for anyone who wants one, buy two. You know, for $200, two autonomous mowers for $200. You know, it's chump change. You just can't go wrong with that. So so anyway, that's what I'm going to do, and my neighbor's going to do the same thing. So anyway, does anyone have any questions about those flyers that I send out, or anything in general at all?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, you know, what quantity they had on hand. I mean, are they going to disappear in the first few minutes of the sale, or?
I don't think so. They've got 78 units on hand. Okay. So I think once people figure out that this is like a real new in box autonomous mower for $100, I think they'll probably fly off the shelves. But I don't. At the same time, with that quantity and only being offered to a fairly limited hobbyist group, I'm not thinking that they'll fly off the shelves real fast.
Okay.
So for those of you who are out of town and maybe interested in this, you might talk to some of the people who in the club who are here in town, and maybe you can work something out with them. I'm not sure. I'm in New Zealand, so I can't really participate or help that in any way. But I'll leave you guys to sort out anything that you might want to do.
Thanks, Paul. I wish I was closer, because I'm pretty sure I would be attending to see what I could find. But it's not, shipping to Canada, that would be a $2,000 mower.
Yeah, right.
It's
So you might as well buy a new one.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Any other questions? If not, I'll get off the call and make way for whoever to present. But well, thank you guys for letting me barge in here. Was that Mark or Mike that I interrupted, or Ray?
That was Ray. I only got one question for you, Paul.
Yeah.
When you flush the toilet, does the water go the other way?
Uh-oh.
They froze.
Internet.
Actually,
Internet there.
We lost him.
You froze, Paul.
I've tested that. Oh dear. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay. I actually tested that back in 2000, and it's a function of how it initially starts turning, unless it's given an initial direction, which toilets are typically, because the water like swirls around the top of the bowl and gives it a spin. But no, it's not. If you work out the gravitational forces on a body of water that's 6 feet apart at this kind of latitude, it ends up being absolutely tiny, and it has no effect.
Well, it's
So
good
there
to
you
hear
go,
from you,
Pat.
Paul.
That's too bad.
Thanks, Pat, and good to see you guys. Enjoy the meeting, and see you back in mid-December.
Okay, enjoy your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Well, Ray, are you ready to carry on?
Yeah. I wanted to ask Mike Williamson, on your time of flight sensors, do you have some sort of shield over it to prevent direct sunlight from hitting them, or do you have a piece of plastic in front of them that filters out everything but whatever wavelengths it works at? I think it's 850 nanometers or something.
Well, no and no.
Oh.
They're just raw. I put a thin sheet of polycarbonate just to protect them from the elements. From
Oh,
stuff
like in the
scratching
front of
on
it?
them. Yeah, but
Yeah.
but if you do that, you have to make sure that it actually touches the device, the time of flight sensor. If there's any
Oh.
air gap, it can affect it really bad.
Okay. Anyway,
It's,
yeah, I did some testing and it, like the 4 o'clock sun, which is pretty low in the sky, if it's on the sensor, it doesn't seem to work anymore. It's just too bright for it.
Huh. Okay.
So,
Mine seemed to be okay.
yeah.
I did notice I put it on the Discord, but my camera was having a hard time detecting the cones
Mm-hmm.
when the light was behind the cones. But the time of flight sensors or the LIDAR seemed to be just fine, and the time of flight sensors seemed to be operational.
Okay.
But I'm thinking that I need to put a visor on the camera.
Oh, okay. Yeah. A lot of people have been using, you know, I forget what they are. They're polarizers basically. And you can basically make one be stationary and then, you know, put one in a plastic shell that rotates. So you can actually adjust it.
For the time of flight?
Oh, no, for cameras.
Oh, okay.
Like, well, I don't know. Where is it? Yeah, this is you know, they're pretty simple to make. So that's one that is stationary, and there's you know, one of the barrel lenses on the back of it, and then this is the other polarizer that, you know, you can, of course you can't see through this lens, but, you know, basically rotate it around so the polarizers let in the amount of light that you want to let in. I don't think you'll be able to see through that. Nope, too small. But yeah, and then it's just kind of a friction fit, you know, on the front of it. And that seems to work pretty good. You can kind of adjust it for the light levels of the day. You know, if it's kind of overcast, you don't need much filtering or whatever. And so that's,
Yeah. Well, I do have some plots of the camera and the LIDAR detecting the cone. Do you mind if I share screen?
no, go ahead.
Who's got a black screen?
Yeah. That's not good. I must have selected something wrong. Oh, hold on, let me try it again.
We're seeing your mouse, but that's it. Polarizing filter on your camera?
Maybe.
Could be.
Okay, so let me stop sharing. Maybe I selected the wrong window or something. Hold on, try it again. Huh, that's weird. It's trying to show my Discord window, and it's not doing it. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to share.
Okay.
But basically, yeah, because it worked pretty good until the cone got relatively close to the camera,
Mm-hmm.
and then it stopped working properly, and so something like I don't know what was going on, but I'll try to figure out how to share that, but
Okay.
I don't want to hold the meeting up right now.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Anyway, I played around with a LIDAR setup that was, that I just sat on top of a LIDAR on top of a servo. And this is used to be called the pulse light or LIDAR light. So that rotates back and forth. There's a Cutie Pie board or one of the Seed Studio boards that you can put a Cutie Pie on. It's got a little LCD display on it. It actually showed the scan of distances and plotted it on the LCD, and that seems to work pretty good. And then I thought, okay, well, I should experiment with the other time of flight sensors to see how they work. I'm going to get on my phone here and show it to you. Okay. Can you hear me? Or is there a lot of echo?
Echo.
There is echo from one of your speakers, the phone or your computer.
Okay. I'll turn off the laptop.
You have to unmute your phone or your computer.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to switch cameras here. All right. So basically, I just have it on a. God, that's teeny.
I don't know if I could pin it for everybody here.
So there's the 8CX and a Cutie Pie underneath it. And one of the things that I had a little LED that, and basically a threshold distance that if it went below the threshold distance, it would light up on an LED. And I had it in 4x4 mode. So there were, basically kind of a grid of 4x4 zones that it would look at for distances, and works great inside. Like I said, when it was exposed to sun, it kind of got washed out and stopped working. One of the things I did, and I haven't tried this in a while or before, there are basically, it's like an LCD panel, and let's see if I can get this to, yeah, okay. So if I stick my hand out here, it starts, whoops, where is it? God, that's so small, I can't see it. I wonder if I can magnify it on my side. There it is. Okay. Okay, so when I stick my hand over there, there's an LCD panel on top. It should start flashing. Can you see it?
It is flashing.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's outdoors. That worked really well. Because I could actually see that versus trying to look at an LED in bright sunlight and determine whether it was flashing or not. So that was kind of a neat approach. I thought if I had more of these to indicate different things, because I actually wanted to stick 4 LEDs, basically one for each of the 4 columns. If any of those had registered a distance less than my threshold, which right now is like 1.6 meters out, it would light. And I thought, that most of the zone would have to be shorter than that distance for it to trigger, but it doesn't. I mean, I actually took a tape measure, and which is, only about an inch wide, and it would trigger off that, which was kind of surprising. So it works well with larger solid objects, say, trunks of trees or something like that, versus something pretty small, which could be a relatively thin branch on a tree, and still, register that there's an obstacle in the way, or within, less than that, whatever that threshold distance is that you set. So, anyway, I don't know at this point. I've kind of got to make a decision about which to use on the robot. I really want something that, scans outward. It doesn't have to be multiple zones, because this is, it's like a 45-degree by 45-degree, like field of view, for the 8X. And I don't really need to see that much above. I just really need to see what's out in front of the robot. So the LIDAR is much slower because it's on a servo, but it really kind of accomplishes more of what I want versus this. So I think I may go with the LIDAR and a servo instead of this guy. But the kind of what I found, I rearranged my bumper, put the bumper lower, made it stick out more. And before, what I was doing, I was going at a much slower speed. So when I hit something with a bumper, there was, there was enough reaction time because it was moving slower. Now that I'm moving like twice as fast, there's not enough time. So it really bangs pretty hard into the bumper and before it stops. And after a few collisions with a barrel, basically broke the bumper. So I had to fix that. So anyway, so it works pretty good, but I don't know. It's not quite the form factor that I want. I'm going to get out of this one.
You're muted, Ray.
Can you hear me again?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yes? Okay. Anyway, so that's what I had to present. So and there's time is running out. So if I'm going to do anything for the contest, I've pretty much got to pick one and move on.
Lots of questions, no answers yet on it.
That's all I had to present.
Well, thanks, Ray.
Yeah.
Anyone have any questions for them?
Oh,
When
where
is
is the contest?
The contest is November 22nd. It's a Saturday. And it's at an undisclosed location. And if you reach out to president at DPRG.org or secretary at DPRG.org, or got the address right, Mark? We can send you the location info. We don't want to do it online because we don't want it out available to everybody. We graciously accept visitors and anyone who wants to participate. We just don't want to put it out on the meeting notes.
Yeah, it's a private residence. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a private residence who's graciously let the club use that property for multiple years now. So
hasn't had any issue with squatters so far.
Great, thanks.
yeah. Next, Mike, are you ready? You had something you wanted to present?
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to show just from Discord my sensor that I talked about with Ray, and I pulled it up on the browser, so that should work. For some reason, I couldn't display the Discord map screen. I don't know why. So let me try it another way.
Oh, hang on, Mike.
Yeah.
Can I get you to hold off? I just noticed that Matthew was ahead of you.
Okay, great. Okay.
Sorry, Matthew, if you're ready.
Yeah, no worries. So I don't have too big of an update. For those that were here a couple of weeks ago, I was showing some schematics of my PCB for a micro mouse robot. Well, last weekend I got the PCB shipped here. My plan was to assemble this. However, when I was inspecting the parts from DigiKey, I discovered that I accidentally ordered the wrong op-amp package. So I had to pay $6 in shipping for a 50-cent component. So that's coming. Probably this Saturday.
What
And
did you
then-
get, a dip? Did you get a dip or something, or what?
I got in PI speak, it's a PW package, but it's a TSOP. I meant to order a even smaller TSOP. So the one I ordered was approximately twice as wide as the one that I should have.
Right.
But so that's coming this Saturday. But today I got the motors in. They're very small, but I got these in today. So I'm excited to get these hooked up to the motor driver after I get the PCB assembled.
How big is that?
I'm
About
trying
two
to find
fingers.
I'm trying to find something for scale.
It looked like
I
two
don't know.
fingers or something.
Yeah, they're about 1.7 centimeters wide. So
Okay.
I'm 17 millimeters.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, I got two of them, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to getting these hooked up.
I forgot how big is micro mouse? Is it like what's the dimensions of micro mouse?
So
Like wheel to wheel or something?
Probably like
So
4 inches by 4 inches, maybe.
So this part here, at its widest point, it's about. Wait, I've got a ruler. I forgot the full size of it. At its widest, it's 70 millimeters. So just about 2 3/4 of an inch.
Wow. Nice.
I do plan on making a smaller version of this at some point after I get my foot in the door. I do intend on chopping off these wings on the front and getting smaller motors and shrinking it down to the width of this bottom part to make it even smaller. But I decided to keep it a bit larger for this first iteration while I learn the game.
You're so right. That's just massive.
What do you want this robot to do?
So this is a high-speed maze solving, or this is a high-speed maze solving robot. If you Google a micro mouse, they have a very good Veritasium video, and he explains the rules of the competition and some of the optimizations that people make.
Cool.
It's hard to explain over the call. It's easier and much more impressive if you just watch a video because these robots go so fast.
Yeah.
It's
A couple of weeks ago, you did demonstrate it or showed it. So
Yeah. Yeah, but my hope is that by next Tuesday, I have something moving. That might happen. It might not. If Saturday goes well, the parts come in, and my schematic was right. then we should have some action of some kind.
Did you simulate the electronics or prototype it?
Yes and no. So I built a test PCB to test the sensor. I'm using an op-amp and a trans impedance amplifier configuration for the photodiodes. I tested that. I fixed a few problems that were on the first test board. So this new board contains all of the improvements that I discovered. However, I wasn't able to test everything, so I haven't tested the microcontroller. I do have an evaluation board, but that's using ST's hardware, not mine. For the motor driver, I have a test board from Adafruit, but I will admit I bought it and never used it. But I did look at the schematic that they provided, and my schematic matches. So in theory, that should work. I also have a test board from Adafruit for the IMU that contains the gyroscope that's used in calculating the turns. So that works. I've tested that with my code. So I know that my software can talk to the IMU. That was a primary concern at first. So I have working code for that. So things are some things are tested, some things are not. I decided to just go for it. And we'll see. And we'll see if that approach is prudent or not.
Well, thanks, Matthew. Was that it?
Yeah, I don't have too much to share today. Hopefully, next Tuesday there will be some robot action.
I hope you bought more than one op-amp from DigiKey for 50 cents and $6 shipping.
I actually got 3 of them.
Okay.
Well, that's a good update. We're looking forward to seeing your progress on that.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys. That's all
Next
for me.
up, Mike.
All right.
Apologize again. You're up.
Try again. All right. Oh, Carl?
Yes.
Never mind. No, nothing.
Nothing. Never mind. Okay.
So where am I? Oh, here it is. Okay. So it's going to give an infinity screen, and then I'll switch over. Yeah.
We see it.
Yeah. So this is when the sun was behind the robot, not in front of the robot, and you can see in this screen here that I was pulling in, like this is the distance to the cone, and this one here at 0 was right here, and this is like centered with the robot. And so when I was touching the robot, it was right there, and you can see that the yellow, I believe the yellow one is the it's the camera. No, the pink one is the camera, and the yellow one is the I'm using the LIDAR for cone detection. And then you notice on here that the camera can see the cone further out, and then the yellow one, you can see that it's only good up close. You can sort of see the lines on here. And then they have a little distance difference on here, and that's basically because the sensors are mounted like 100 or 100 millimeters of maybe a distance from each other. So these are actually the distance from the sensor. So the camera is closer than the LIDAR. So this is what it looks like on a quote unquote good scent detection. And this was when the sun was in front of the robot. And so you can see that the pink one, the line, it was working pretty good. And then when I got close, it just freaked out. I mean, the good thing is when I get this close, I stop using the camera because it's unreliable in general. And I use the LIDAR, which is the yellow. But you can see here that it sort of freaked out because of the sun. And a different sun angle, it worked great.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like, that's good because I don't need to use the camera when I'm that close. I don't rely on it at all because sometimes the camera it's just too close. It's just nearsighted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the contest is what, from like noon to 2 or so. So, you know, that's pretty much as overhead as you can get. So it's not going to be at a low angle. So, you know,
But,
here's open.
but I can show some bag files from some recorded sensor data that I was doing today. So I'll bring those up just
Sure, bring
because
those
it's
up.
fun. It's fun. So basically, I'm using Foxglove, and this is my control panel, my panel that shows everything. And then just for fun, this was the cone detect panel. So you can see that I was going through, I found the first cone, drove some more, found the second cone, drove some more, and found the third cone. And the cones were, I think on this one, they were 10 meters apart. I think.
30 something.
I changed it to 20 meters, but yeah, I didn't know they were 20 meters apart. That's right. One of them was 20, and then there was a 10 meter. So, this long drive here was 20 meters, and then the other ones were 10 meters apart. That's why there's constant. And so you can see on here the information, so you can see that it pulled in real nice. There was looks like about a 200 millimeter distance between the camera is 200 millimeters closer to the front than the LIDAR, which is pretty much more in the center instead of the front. And the interesting thing is I don't know if you can read the data, but the camera sensor, when it's touching the cone, it's 372 millimeters away because it's a pretty big car, and so it's a Jeep with a engine compartment that sticks out. So it's that far away. Not like my time of flight sensors. I don't use it for cone detection. I just use it for final pull in, and I don't try to detect a cone. I just say I know there's a cone there, so how far away is it? And that's sort of my final pull in. And then you can see here that it nice on the very bottom one here is it's nicely in the center for this whole time. So I'm approaching it right dead on, which is good. One thing one thing I had with my with Ross is I'll bring this one panel up here. I had a parameter set in the smoothing plugin for Ross, and I had it set to be closed loop. And so, like yesterday, I was running, and all of a sudden, it's like, wow, it's taking 10 seconds to accelerate to 1 meter per second, and then 10 seconds to decelerate. So it's like if it sees an obstacle, it starts decelerating. It keeps going for 10 seconds.
Yeah. Way too long.
Yeah. And so what I did was I made it open loop. And so you can see this green line here, the green dots is the command velocity, the input to the wheel controller from the navigator software. And you can see that in a few seconds the motors and the PID loop and everything inside the robot gets up to 1 meter per second, and then it can stop pretty quickly because I basically force it to stop if it sees something. And so this is all working properly now, which is good. Oh yeah, this one here is the red dots here is a manual control because the robot's running too fast, and it's even now it's not detecting the obstacles, the objects in time, and it was running into it. So you can see the red dot here is I use the controls on the remote to override it and say stop real fast, slow down real fast, and then continue, and then the algorithm continued and did its thing. So that was interesting. But the thing is, the other day it take 10 seconds to go up to that, and then 10 seconds to come back down. I probably have a bag, but I'm not sure which one it is that does that. And yeah, so you can see here that a few times I would come in and keep it from crashing into the cone. Yeah, so I got some work to do, and I think I know what variables to change, but that one variable in the smoothing plugin, I thought, a closed loop would be great, but my loop is just too slow. The feedback's too slow. So I was scratching my head going, why is it doing that? All of my acceleration variables are at 1 meter per second. And then I was reading through the documentation on the smoothing filter, because it's like something's doing it. And it had like a portion of one sentence that said, oh, and if you're in closed loop mode, you might experience slow acceleration. So I went, oh, okay. Yeah. So I had to read through all the documentation to find that one fraction of a sentence that said that, and fix it. So that was a good thing to find. And so I was able to go forward on it. And this is an interesting screen here because I'm going to show it with another screen, and that is this is the roll and pitch from the IMU. And so right now it's just sort of noise. It's sort of like jiggling on the ground and running over not rocks, but just different variations in the ground. So it's keeping pretty level for the entire time. It's not doing anything weird on the roll and pitch. So that was good. So I can run this thing in 5x and give you the down here is the is it running, and so you can see this. It's going out looking for a cone, then do a little search pattern. Oh, this is where it couldn't find the cone. I have something set up wrong, and the cone has to be like 4 meters away. And so I'm going to change some variables tomorrow and try to catch the cone. So I walked over there and moved the cone closer. And those little lines that are sort of fading in and out, that's when it's sort of rocking back and forth and seeing the ground. Yeah. So I walked over there and moved the cone a little closer, and it finally found it. And it touched it. It said, happy. And then it backs up and then goes to the next location and finds the cone. So basically I was moving 20 meters and then over to this one, and then to 10 meters here, and then back to home. So it touches the cone. This is 5x speed, but yeah. But 1 meter per second is plenty fast. And I don't think I want to run any faster. Just everything's too slow in ROS. Okay, so that's the that's that. And this right here is a GPS plot of it. Yeah. So this is the plot of the GPS. I'll go back to the beginning here. Oh, I gotta stop it. Okay. So so you can see that it started at the beginning, went to this cone location, and then it went to that cone location, went to this cone location, went back. Yeah. I think my cone was here, so it sort of steered around it. And then I manually moved it to this location. I only have one cone. And an interesting thing is the blue line is the raw GPS data. And the, like over here is the topics on this. And it's like GPS nav, which is the raw data from the GPS sensor. And then this is like the filtered out of the EFK, the common filter. And so it's cleaned up real good. So things are working. I'm not sure if GPS is actually localizing, but at least it's filtered and everything. Okay, so if I go and change to a different one, which I'm going to show you where I hit a cone and rolled over.
So it's not RTK, your GPS?
Oh no, it's not RTK.
Okay.
Yeah, so when it went to a cone, it was like 2 or 3 meters away, but
yeah.
But I'm supposed to be able to find that.
Mhm.
So if I go here, okay, open up.
So what? Back on the other plot with the GPS, how do you know which one is the most accurate, or well, yeah, just the most accurate? Because aren't they relative to each other? I mean,
There's only one GPS. Let me try to address what you're asking.
yeah.
Like this is the raw GPS, and you can see it wandering around. Like this, it's going to the first cone right here, and it's wandering around. But the common filter does something and puts this out instead, and puts it out as GPS data.
Okay.
And so I'm able to plot it on a map as GPS.
Okay.
So this is the GPS wandering around, and then this is more accurate to actual movement. And I'm not sure if this is actually using GPS or if it's ignoring GPS and just plotting, just running dead reckoning. I think it's doing dead reckoning. Just driving me nuts. I gotta figure out how to use GPS, and I got a week and a half to do that. But it looks like everything else is sort of running. I'm fixing the problems pretty fast. I just have to figure out this GPS thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out, okay, if one is the actual GPS coordinates and the other one is, I guess, a filtering of that somehow.
Yeah. So I think it's ignoring the GPS and just using the odometry.
Oh. Okay.
Like the odometry, I use the linear velocity from the shaft encoder, so that's gonna be really accurate, and I'm using the rotation from the IMU, and it's pretty accurate too. Yeah, and then combining those together, you can do the plot of it. So
yeah. But you go through a differential on the rear end, right? On the final, whatever drive it is, it's just rear wheel drive, right?
Yeah, four wheel drive.
Oh, it is 4-wheel drive. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even that, if you're going through differentials on both, your wheels are going to turn at different rates based on.
I don't think it's a real differential. I think it's just a gear system.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just geared. I don't think it's a real differential. I think it just sort of slips a little bit. I mean,
Huh.
but it's pretty accurate because I think that's dead reckoning, and it was pretty good. Not bad.
I guess you could find out if it's a differential. You can hang on to one wheel and spin the other, and if it rotates the motor in one direction.
I haven't done that,
it's a
but
differential.
I think that it just stops. I don't think you can stop one wheel.
Oh, really?
I have to try that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Positive traction.
Yeah. Pause. Yeah, it's in
Could be
that.
positive, like positive traction, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Hmm.
So you can see that it did a pretty good job finding. It got. I think it was supposed to go back right here, but it went there. And it's supposed to go about right here, and it went there. But it got back to the beginning pretty solidly. So. I mean, I just stepped the rocks out and put the locations in meters and not in GPS coordinates.
Mm-hmm.
And from the start line. So I'll probably have the rocks not put in their exact position. I just walked it. It was pretty close. Yeah. Yeah. I don't need precision because I'm not going to be precise when all is said and done. Okay. So I'll bring up another one here. So it's, come on. Is this one with big spikes in it? That doesn't have big spikes in it. Let's look at this one. And there's no big spikes in it. That's the same one. Darn. Okay. Oh, right here. Okay, so. Ah, there it is. It hit the cone and flipped over. Yeah. So this here is the yaw and roll, and so you can see that something bad happened right there. And so it flipped over, and I put it back together, and it went in the wrong direction because the odometry got all messed up. But I thought that was interesting to see the orientation X and Y, or yeah, the roll, the yaw, not the yaw, but the roll and pitch from the IMU. And one interesting thing is if I set it here and zoom in on the in this area and play, you can sort of see a real massacre. Well, right, yeah. So you can see right there that the when it rolled over, the LIDAR saw the ground and everything, so it wasn't happy. And then the linear velocity is, yeah. So so a lot of data here. It's hard to explain it precisely, but it's good to be able to play it back and analyze and sort of get an idea what's going on. And
so do you have self-righting arms that kind of
no, I just walk over to it.
Back,
But one thing I spent a lot of time today is yesterday when it was acting up, I found out my kill switch didn't work.
Oh,
so I had to go grab the robot because it was about to crash into stuff. And so I spent multiple hours this morning fixing up my kill switch to work the way I want it to work. So today I got the kill switch working and the teleop override working. Like before, I was just combining the two, the teleop from the nav with the teleop from the command velocity from the navigator with the command velocity from the teleop. Now I say, well, if the teleop is sending signals out from the remote control, then I'd ignore what's coming from the navigator. I think Kareem said I should do that, and I finally did it. So, all right. Well, that's sort of my show and tell. I wasn't really planning on show and tell, but that's my show and tell.
Well, thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
I think Kareem might have a question for you. I don't know if he's still on.
Oh.
Yep. Here's
I am still here, but I'm gonna have to punt till later. I've been having some problems with Foxglove, seeing robot visualization that Rviz has no problem with. But Foxglove is like really crashing right now, so I can't even show it.
Oh. Huh.
So
Yeah, mine seems to be working pretty good, like running real time and running on save data on ROS bags.
yeah, I'm just
But-
having some problems with the transforms rendering correctly. It's like they're
okay.
not. Rviz is able to see it and construct the tree just fine, but
Okay.
but Foxglove is having a problem, and I was just wondering if there's probably something I'm just like not thinking about, not paying attention to, and I didn't want to turn it into a full debugging session, but if you have any guidance on where to look for that kind of thing.
Let me bring up my Foxglove. I mean, I'm definitely not a.
Do you have the full URDF robot description showing? Do you have a
I have
layout
one
for
in the
that?
code. I have one in the code, and I should have the transforms here. All these transforms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it doesn't show me a tree. I know Rviz shows a tree.
You can also get you're getting it sort of in that left-hand frame, but there's also a panel that lets you show the transforms as a tree.
Oh. Okay, let me
You could just create a new layout and then look for.
okay, change panel to what do you use? Transform tree. Transform
yeah.
tree.
There you go.
voila.
That looks like mine. Yeah. Yeah, because
Mine's a bit more complicated, but it's actually showing more simplified right now. Like something's broken in the chain, and yet it doesn't break for Rviz. And like I also use RQT's tree, not the one that creates PDFs, and it looks fine. It looks fine there. It looks fine on Robot. It looks fine in my Docker containers that use Rviz, but it's just not working in Foxglove. And I can't figure out what's going on. But without being able to show it, it doesn't make much sense to.
Yeah, because one thing I know is if my what do you call it? My ROS bag gets too big, it creates a second one, and then when I play the second one, the tree's all broken because it doesn't have the static members because they only get transmitted once at the beginning. Yeah. And so I noticed in Foxglove, if I got to make sure I start it before I start ROS, and so that it can capture the initialization.
You got to start the Rviz bridge before you start ROS, before you start any other nodes. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I do.
Or the client. You got to start the client beforehand.
I mean, Foxglove is running, and then, but I'm just saying, yeah, but I'm just talking about, I always start Foxglove before I start the Ross.
You start Foxglove bridge first? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, I guess so. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's just if I start Foxglove, it sort of says there's no bridge there, and it just waits until the bridge pops up, and then it starts running. But I was just saying,
it auto starts the bridge for you. I didn't even know it could do that.
Oh, it doesn't start the bridge, but when I do start the bridge, it gets in there right away.
Right. Okay.
But I was just saying that in Ross bags, if I run too long, then my first bag gets too big, and Foxglove can only display like 500 megabytes, and then it doesn't like it at all. And the second bag doesn't have a good transform tree because it misses all the static stuff. So it's really unhappy. It's hard to see stuff. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing here.
But are you able to see your robot description in Foxglove?
I can't. It doesn't show it to me for some reason. I've tried to display it and it doesn't. It just doesn't work for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. So maybe I'm expecting too much out of it.
Yeah, I've noticed that Foxglove doesn't show everything that our Rviz shows. It's like, oh, I can't see this, can't see that. Like on Rviz, I can create point topics, or in Ross, and I can show the points in Rviz, but I can't show the point topics in Foxglove. It just doesn't. I say, hey, plot this, and it doesn't plot it. It doesn't even show up as something to plot. It says that doesn't compute, even though it is saved in the Ross bag or even live. So Foxglove doesn't show everything that Rviz can show.
Oh wait, I might be able to show it. Let's see if this doesn't crash.
Oh. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying using Foxglove to show all this stuff.
So here's what my robot looks like in Foxglove.
Ah, okay. Oh, I can show that. Yeah.
But well, it was showing the. Why is it not showing the robot at all? It was showing. I can tell you that these transforms right here are like the wheels, and they are definitely wrong. Because this is what it looks like in Rviz over here, right?
It's like a much better representation.
A little bit better, yeah.
Yeah.
But see, there's something going on. Invalid topic. Why is that an invalid topic?
Yeah. Like when I was doing my demo, you saw something moving around. It looked like a robot. Well, like it wouldn't show my robot, but I was able to show the collision outline. So it's okay.
Oh, okay.
I just show that as my robot.
Well, before it was still sort of rendering the robot, but
Oh,
the
wow.
wheels were like splayed out on the ground, and so it's not picking up the static transforms. It's ignoring my static transforms.
Yeah, and that could be what I was saying. Is that you got to make sure it's on when your Ross is launched, so it can capture that.
All right, I'll try that. I'd have to go through a big rigmarole to restart everything right now. So,
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I was trying to find some assistance on.
Mm-hmm. Glad I could be of assistance.
Oops.
I don't know what I'm doing either, so I learn as I go.
Oh, I did find it. Something.
Kyle, there's probably time for you to go if you're still there.
Yep, Kyle is got something if you're done.
He said that he'd share it in the Discord if
I was playing. He says, "I'll share what I was planning to share to present in the DPRG Discord." If you want to share it, go ahead, Kyle.
I don't see him here
I don't,
anymore.
I don't see him on the screen. That's pretty big.
Found it at Goodwill for $5.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a monster.
Yeah, I don't
Bigger
see
than
Kyle.
mine.
Anyway, it was kind of looks like this was the the cover, body cover that I took
Yeah.
off. It looks kind of like, well, I would say that kind of looks like a Jeep in the front,
Yeah.
but maybe similar to what you had.
Yeah. Maybe it's a similar size. Bigger wheels though. Monster
Yeah.
wheels.
I forget which diameter they are. They're like, I want to say, well, they're like 5 inches across and about 10 inches in diameter.
Ah, mine are 7 or so. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just rear wheel drive though.
That'll work next
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
What kind of motor does it have?
Just a single. It looks like a DC motor.
Okay. Direct
In the
drive
back.
or
I don't know if you can see it there.
Yeah.
Right here.
Hmm.
There.
well, brushless, I guess, or
No,
Brushed?
I'm assuming it's brushed.
brushed. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only 2 wires. that come
$5
off
here. Yeah.
The controller, but
Mhm.
some of them are like bang bang for steering. This one actually has a servo in it
Yeah. Yeah.
that you can
But-
position.
Yeah. But when I was building mine or trying to do the odometry on mine, initially I was just saying, okay, I'm just going to feed back my control signals for the servo as my steering angle. And
Oh,
they
yeah.
they didn't work at all. But
Oh,
the
it
ID
didn't?
works really good. So
Yeah.
if you can measure your motor speed or your shaft speed, then
Yeah.
that was good odometry for me.
I started to take it apart, but yeah, I'm kind of hoping that there's a little bit of the motor shaft that sticks out the backside, and I can put a Polulu shaft encoder on it. But
Mhm.
haven't gotten into it yet.
Ray, Dave, Ed asked if that's a grave digger model.
It is, yeah.
I got to find out your good wheel place because mine always has junk in it. So yours has good junk.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it says Gravedigger on the
Oh,
here.
cool.
So was yours a Gravedigger or
Oh no, it's
nothing?
It's a
Oh,
Jeep.
okay.
yeah. Yeah. So that could be the name of your robot. You got it named already.
Yeah. So
It says great find. Yeah, we don't have a Goodwill here either, so.
oh. Yeah, I think I'm keeping the one in business. So all kinds of crap. But it was $4.99, so can't go too far wrong.
Well, $5 is much less than what I paid, so
Hmm.
that's gonna be great. And if it breaks, hey, it's $5. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But the wheels themselves are super. You can just use the wheels for something.
Yeah, yeah. They're styrofoam with a like a rubber tread in the center.
Yeah. And mine are hollowish with I think foam in them. They're real spongy.
Yeah, I don't know how long it would last on the Texas turf here. It's it'd probably chew the styrofoam up pretty quickly, you know. So, but the whole thing is very light. So, versus my other thing that probably weighs 20 pounds. So,
Yeah, mine
Much-
weighs 20 pounds or more.
oh, it does really? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I pick it up and it's hard.
Yep,
Yeah.
that hill gets pretty steep. It's pretty long too. On Steve's
So yours
property.
is, it looks like it's made of plastic, and mine was made of metal. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
most of it, but the servo was mounted with some plastic and it was flexing a little, but that wasn't the real problem. The real problem is yeah, you didn't really know what the steering angle was.
Mm.
It was bad odometry. And I said, oh, if I could measure the steering angle, but then there was a lot of slop in the linkages and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't even be good to yeah. So it's like,
Plus or minus 10 degrees,
yeah, that's not good enough.
heading in this general direction. So,
Pat, I think if you look for Value Village, I think you may be able to find something.
Yeah, there is one in Sudbury, about 50 miles away.
Ouch.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
these
that
are-
suggestion, Ed. That's a good little update, Ray.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does anyone else have something tonight they'd like to share or present?
Well, I got a week and a half to get something working more reliable. Because
you do.
100 meters instead of 20 meters is a big difference from dead reckoning. So I got to get that GPS working.
Well, I forget who said, was it Carl that had mentioned that some one year, one guy a kid just pointed his robot towards the cone and it went all the way out. He was good for a point. He got in the circle.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can get a point instead of honorable mention. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think he may have even hit the cone.
Well, there you go. Just by pointing it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's not going to work for cone number 2 or 3, but
Interesting. Well, a week and a half. It's coming quick, guys.
Yeah, because one thing I did do is I was noticing that it was seeing the ground. The LIDAR was seeing the ground when the robot platform was shifting.
Yep.
And I had it like 20 meters out or something, and it would never go to the cone because it was blocked. It would say, "Oh, I can't go that way because there's an obstacle there."
Yeah.
So I tightened it up to 2 meters.
Uh-huh.
And that's too tight because now when it's running, it doesn't have enough time to plan to avoid obstacles anymore.
Yep.
So I got to make it bigger. That's tomorrow's job. Make that bigger. Slow it down a little bit when it's approaching the cone so it doesn't run over it. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. With the time of flight sensors, I think I want to say it's either 1.6 or 1.3 meters. I think it's 1.3, but that was enough, time to at least slow down and, look at the next set of measurements and say, okay, obviously something is in front of me. Can I go left or right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, because I didn't have this problem when I was running at like a quarter of a meter per second.
Yeah, I got plenty
1
of
meter per
time.
second. All of a sudden, it was running into stuff.
Yeah. I already destroyed the bumper that I fixed on it. Had to redo it. So, but
and I got my kill switch working now, so I can kill it.
But you can't if you hit the kill switch so manually, you're done for the contest. So
yeah.
Okay.
But for testing, you don't destroy it while you're testing, at least.
Oh yeah, yeah. Save steps in that rebuild process, right? Yeah. But yeah, that was a little disappointing. It's like, it's like, oh. So
Ed asked what the horse apple forecast was like for the property.
I don't know. Hopefully those will be cleared off before.
It's a category 4 accumulation with a chance of rotten.
Yeah.
And 4-inch cracks. Yeah, in the ground.
Yeah, I know some of the areas in Steve's property. It's especially up near the home cone or third cone, whatever you want to call it. There are like erosion areas, and I'm sure that's going to screw the LIDAR up when it, starts pointing down and sees,
Yeah.
the terrain.
So it's another test I'm going to do here is try it in a non-flat area where there's a ramp, a nice ramp has to go up. Nice hill. And
well, going up a mound isn't so bad. It's always coming back down because it's whenever it's pointing the nose down.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying when it's on flat ground approaching the hill, it might say, "Oh, there's an obstacle there," and just say, "I don't know how to move anymore."
Yeah, right.
I can't plan a path. So that's why I'm reducing the obstacle range so that when it gets close to it, it might swerve around and finally get close enough to not see it.
Yeah.
Oh. So I'm going to find out.
I'm kind of curious what Scott's doing with what his approach was, because he's got 2 of those Benawaki LIDARs.
Yeah.
And I was thinking he was just looking for a path wide enough to get through with them, because he can, set the servos at the same angle, and if it's clear in that region, then he can head towards it. But we may never find out what Scott's doing. He may never divulge the information.
So Kareem, I was seeing your foxglove robot.
Yeah, it's just kind of a lump.
Yeah, the wheels are on the flat on the ground instead of upright.
Yeah.
So that's the foxglove representation versus the Rviz.
Yeah, that's yeah. That's
Wow,
the difference.
What a difference. One
Yeah.
is sort of like one of those exploded pictures you see, with the thing taken apart, all hanging on all the wires.
Yeah. It's all the right parts. They're just not matched up with each other. And it's really just the static transforms that are missing. All the dynamic stuff is working. Well, wait, is it? Let me try moving the arm real quick and see if it bends at all. Whoa. Nope, it's not doing anything. I clicked something real bad. The arm is like lumped way over.
Turned molten.
What did I hit random. I hit the randomize button. That's not a good idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I saw a humanoid video of a guy hitting the randomize button and the robot was flailing around.
Yeah. Okay. I better. Is it safe to center? Ooh. Kinda. That hurts.
Yeah, we can't see what you're doing, but yeah. You're not sharing anymore.
Oh. Okay.
Stop sharing.
Thought I was.
We thought you were embarrassed or something.
No, I was. No. I thought I was sharing. I've lost the window, so I can't even mute myself right now. Where'd it go? There we are. Okay. Well, you don't need to see it. It was just
yeah, we saw for a flash.
A random mess. But yeah, it's so the transforms clearly aren't working in foxglove. but I've seen it work for other people. So there's probably just some weird network setting or configuration thing that's missing. Okay, that's all. That was, I didn't mean to sidetrack you guys.
Well, thanks, Kareem.
No more sidetrack than usual. So
Does anyone else have any questions or comments or presentations? All's pretty quiet. Get out
This is
there.
usually where Harold jumps in.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, yeah, could you give us the Reader's Digest version of something there, Harold?
Here he's getting into focus. He looked
No,
up
I
this.
am upstairs because my car decided to need new tires and the power steering stopped working today in the middle of the day. So I got to drive home in lighter traffic. So now I am finishing up my work day so that I can legitimately claim 8 hours of billable time to my client, that sort of thing. And that's the kind of fun stuff's going on. And this is, you're now upstairs. You're approximately 10 feet higher than I am normally sitting in the above my garage. So, and there's a hole in the ceiling right back over here that, yes, I haven't gotten around to fixing it yet because, well, I just haven't. I got better things to do, like robots, electronics, 3D printing, you know, woodworking, Christmas ornaments to make for charity and all that other kind of stuff.
Nothing that duct tape can't fix.
Yeah. Actually, duct tape would be a little difficult to fix up there, but it would get it done. It would be a trying because of what happened was the gentleman that put this up here, that might be half-inch plywood, that might be half-inch sheetrock, but they put it up there downstairs. I've got like quarter-inch sheetrock or eighth-inch sheetrock in some of the ceilings downstairs, and I'm like, how is that ever going to hold anything? You can see over the years, you know, as it's bowed out, you can see where the rafters are because it does that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, my house was built in 1933, so anything that would take in like a normal house, like say, oh, my ceiling fan went out. Okay, I need to replace that. Cool. Well, I go down, I get a new ceiling fan, I put the new ceiling fan together, I get the hook ready to hook into the hook thing up there. No, I pull down the 75-pound cast iron ceiling fan that's been up there for however long. It's literally bolted to a board. There's no junction box. There's nothing. You know, so now I got another project to do, and that's how this house kind of works. And I mean, it had knob and tube wiring at one point because I still have tubes running through 2x4s in my attic. Yeah,
Exciting.
It is exciting. That's been replaced a long time ago, but because it's all standard Romex and things and all that kind of stuff now. But been around a long time. I swear. And the rafters in my attic are real 2x4s, not inch and 3/4 by 3.5. I'm real 2x4s. So nothing at the Home Depot is going to just fit those things at all in a standard way. So there you go. There's nothing, you know, everything takes at least 3 trips to Home Depot and just a normal house and a normal home project, right? Well, my house takes a couple more than that. So, and I haven't wanted to tackle that just because not that I'm mad or nothing. I know what it's going to take, and I want to do other things. So I guess one of these times I'll adult up and do things, but adulting is so far down on my list of actually doing things these days. Yeah.
Thanks, Harold.
That's about it. That's about all. I mean, I can continue talking, but that's about all I really got.
How about we let you go to work, earn some money?
Yeah, do something like that. Make $1 or $2. Yeah.
Ed posted a link to Gravedigger Target for about $110.
Wow.
So good find, Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Hey guys, if that's it, do we call it a night?
Sounds good.
All right.
Give us some more time to
Good
work
night.
on robots for the contest.
Yes.
See you guys, week and a half.
Take care, people.
Take it easy.